Hi, um, I am Katerina, and I don't know how you came across this video, but I shared on my channel my journey on getting back to myself, basically, in terms of healing, in terms of spiritual growth, and spiritual growth for me mainly means Christian life. That's just to clarify from the beginning. And this will probably be the final video on this channel. Most likely not the very final one produced by me, but I wanted to necessarily record a video to, uh, first of all, to let you guys know, those who watched previous videos, how I'm doing in terms of treatment, where I'm standing, what was the most crucial things that helped me in my healing, and basically final words, because I gave it a thought about the plan for my channel. My channel saw me in different states, mostly the states that I no longer identify with. But even though I no longer identify with those states of anxiety and depression, I want those videos to be out there. Ideally, they would be watched in combination with today's video for people to track the progress and maybe have their questions answered. And I will not take them down, because I believe that it's important to have videos not only about the healing and how a person reports from about being healed, but also the preliminary preliminary states. If they are recorded, I don't feel ashamed. I know they show a different me, but I don't care. If that helps at least one person, I'm so happy. And most importantly, not most importantly, but at least those videos have helped me. Mm, most First, they helped me while I was recording them, because it was an outlet, a safe outlet for my emotions. And secondly, to be able to trace the improvements. um, I will start, and just very quick overview of what I went through. I lived in Germany. It was actually my dream to live in Germany. I'm from Ukraine and I live in Ukraine now. But when the war began, I relocated to Germany. It also coincided that at that point I got my dream job. I worked in a I worked in an audit company with a good name, and it was actually an upgrade for me professionally, the team that I was switching to, and I liked the idea of working in the topic of sustainability. Something happened, social wise, in terms of the relationships with foreign, or rather German colleagues, that triggered my depression and anxiety. And I turned from someone who I wouldn't necessarily describe as a social butterfly, but I was always someone who enjoyed people. So I turned from that person into basically a shell of myself, hiding myself from people, uh, being super. I don't even want to describe the state, because I feel like when I describe the state, it takes a lot away from what I actually went through. But let's just say clinically depressed, shell of myself, basically just tried to keep my head above the water in terms of work. And after, I realized that I cannot even complete basic tasks. I already had, people to delegate some things to, and I was even promoted. I don't know why, but I know why. It's because I put all my energy into maintaining the facade that people were used to when they thought of me. But actually, there was nothing behind it. I did not develop. I didn't. I lost all the intellectual curiosity. I was just barely surviving, and at that point, I was so broken that I decided to go back to Ukraine. Ukraine turned out to be not only a safe space for me, but a place of recovery. This is the place where I, for the first time, started to take medications. After 3 years of anxiety and depression, I, for the first time, got medicated. And the journey on medication you can see in my previous videos. Basically, the thing that worked for me has been escitalopram, currently taking 20 milligrams of it, and thinking to continuing with the therapy in the early next year. Feeling great improvement, feeling like I'm almost back to who I am, sometimes feeling even like more progress than I was. But we will talk about the medication. So that's my path. I returned to Ukraine. I found here a lot of consolation. I reconnected to my relatives. I, got soaked in love and care, and I started, most importantly, to go to church, Orthodox church, and take a part in communion. And I think that now I basically am jumping into my conclusions about having such a disease, such illness as depression and anxiety. I don't think, and I think I have a right to speak about it because I gave it a lot of thought and I basically suffered from it. So this is my opinion. Please don't be upset, but I think that depression is not purely biological thing. It's not only something that is broken in your mind, at least for me. Because I think there are some people who are genetically or physiologically more predisposed to it, but the depression for me coincided with the time where I really was like needing God mostly, because my life was going downhill. I was failing God every step that I took. I had infatuations with married men. I nearly broke one marriage without wanting it. I was basically failing. I was failing big time. And had I not had depression, I don't know, I don't know what kind of person I would have been today, because I had to lose almost everything. Like as I said, I was a shell of myself because depression happened to me, and I just had to go back to God, and not go back to God as I used to when I was a little girl, because my mom brought me to Orthodox church when I was 8 years old. 8 years old, I went to church with my mom 3 times a year or so, but it was not, I took part in communion. I knew the prayers. But it was more of a formal thing, just to not make my mom upset. But when I really started to lose myself, the only thing that helped was not the married man that I loved so much for so many years. He couldn't do anything with me. I was so broken. So only God helped me. As I see, like, I had to lose everything to see the power of God who restored my life. When I was praying to God, I thought, okay, he probably will take my illness away. But he didn't only take my illness away, he changed everything in my life. My life is nothing what it was before because of him. And it's not because of escitalopram. Yes, escitalopram has helped. Escitalopram has given me this, fleshly, probably helped a big time, I don't know. But in combination with the spiritual life, with the foundation which God has in my life now, I know that doctors are helping because God wants them to help you. If God wants you to be healed, He's going to find a way, and you're gonna get help. You just need to ask Him to step in and help. And so basically, I am back in Ukraine. I'm going to church. I am feeling God so close to me. I pray, and I pray regularly, not just like when things are bad. And I do get attacks, like I call them spiritual attacks. It's like when the anxiety is creeping back in, but it goes away so fast. And I already entertain the possibility of going off the medication already. It's unimaginable, would have been unimaginable some times ago. Already I'm thinking, I'm changing my job. I'm going to work in a state bank. I'm going to work in a leadership position. So it's a responsibility. It's something that I wouldn't have been able to do just, I think I wouldn't have been able to do it, honestly, without, I know that I wouldn't have been able to do it without God. Because He's just given me this peace of mind and confidence. And I'm actually not confident in myself. And that's the thing, I'm confident in His strengths. And He's pouring over His strengths over me. And that's amazing. Speaking about relying on oneself, one could talk about having a good regime and maintaining, whatever, all these worldly advices. There are plenty of them out there. You don't need me for that. But my personal experience is that when I try to figure things out in a psychological way, and I spent some money on psychologists, and thank God I stopped the therapy after half a year of nonsensical conversations. There are some outputs that I consider to be valuable, because my psychologist she still lives, but I mean, for me, my psychologist was a very different woman than myself, very cold-headed, level-headed, gave me sober advices also in terms of engaging in any connection with spirit, with married men. And at that point, when I was working with her, I had the temptation of just basically keeping in touch with one married man from my past, even though he's from Germany. But I just didn't want to completely lose him. And she just gave me this a woman advice about any relationship with married men, and she basically said it's basically you need to break any hopes that he has for you. And I followed it. And she was actually, before God, she was someone who showed me how bad it is to even think about someone who is not free. Before God revealed that to me. Maybe He revealed that to her, I don't know. But for the most part, I don't see how speaking about how bad I felt helped me. Looking into my childhood traumas, I don't know, I don't know. Okay, I knew about what happened in my past, but didn't really do much. So you can actually see, I do have some videos about why you need speaking therapy along with the medication. Fine, but maybe you do, I don't know, but I don't, because my therapist is God. His name is Jesus. That is my therapist. So, and also people, we call them saints in Orthodoxy, who with their lives showed how to overcome challenges, also mental challenges. It's not like if you have a mental challenge, you are doomed. No, it might be actually the way forward. This might open the doors for you to something much bigger. And believe me, if someone asks me, would you go through what you went through to be able to come to God? I would say yes. Even though it was hell, I am someone very stubborn, and I don't know, there is a carrot and the stick motivation theory. I never follow carrot. I need a stick. I need something bad to happen for me to wake up. Okay, now I'm different because God has showed me a gentle way of living, but a gentle care that I have from Him. But I wouldn't have listened. I believed in my truth. I believed that it was good what I was doing, was right what I was doing. And now I look at myself and think, oh my goodness, how good is it that I am back to physically to where I belong, and mentally to who I was supposed to always be. So this video turned out to be more of a, not preaching, but testimony. It's not about medication. I'm still taking medication, but it's not the most important thing. Maybe medication has, I don't know, only God knows to which extent medication played into how I feel today. I would recommend combination and eventually getting off medication. But if you for some reason need to take medication longer, don't despair. God is going to take care of you if you turn to Him. Because if you have to take medication, it doesn't mean that you are broken. It doesn't mean that. Some people have conditions which require taking medications for the rest of their lives. This doesn't mean, God can maybe modify this. Maybe, I don't know, you need to talk to Him about this. But it's not, everyone is different. This is my path. This is my testimony. And I want to bless you with it. This is the final video on this channel. I will most likely have a different channel where I talk about different things. I invite you to leave a comment, indicate if you would like me to share my new channel with you, and I will be happy to see you in my new channel. For now, I don't have one. I don't know what it will be about. Most likely, most important is that it serves God, not me, because I am just a vessel. I don't need this video to be seen so that I feel good about myself. I already feel good about myself because I am with God. But I'm doing that as a service to you because I love God's creation. I love you guys. And I don't know what you are going through right now, but I want you to know that I've probably been there and probably been even in worse places. And I bless you and I tell you, it will be better. It will be better. It's gonna improve. It's not forever. No state of mind lasts forever. Great states don't last forever. Bad states don't last forever. Everything will be better. I pray that whoever watches this video is going to be touched by God. Is going to have peace of mind. And God is going to reveal Himself to you. Thank you for watching. I hope you can leave some feedback, whatever you want. Most importantly, if you want to see me again on a different channel, please let me know in a comment. Thank you, guys.